So my name is Conaty. I'm the data security practice lead for CWSI. So I look after everything to do with data security, purview, those kind of spaces, regulation and compliance. And CWSI is an Irish company. We're 11 years old as an organization. We pure play security company, so we don't do anything else. Big Microsoft partner. We've recently expanded across a number of markets. So we work across Ireland, the UK, Netherlands, Belgium, and Luxembourg. And we've won Security Partner of the Year, Compliance Partner of the Year. So yeah, we're very tightly embedded with Microsoft and see them as our major strategic partner. Yeah, I think the biggest change we've seen with the push of AI is the recognition that data security is important. So up until now, the focus has always been on perimeter defense and traditional kind of identity and, there's good, strong security areas. But AI is really driving that data security conversation because without data, AI is useless, right? So we're seeing a massive increase in data security conversations because of AI. So people want to understand, what data do I have? Who has access to it? What's going to get processed? Am I staying in touch with regulation? Am I making sure that I've got the right safeguards around privacy? And can I put in good, strong protections that I can get the benefits of AI without incurring any risk? So some of the common challenges we see with our customers at the moment is around complexity in their environments. Most people have evolved, so there's not a greenfield perfect site where everything is the way it should be. So they've maybe moved from on-premise, they're using lots of different services, they've migrated in bits and pieces, they're using different tooling. So their data is very messy and they don't have a good handle on what the risks currently exist in their environment. I like to talk to customers that AI doesn't bring necessarily new risks, it just shines a 100,000 watt bulb on the risks that were already there. So that's, I think, a big challenge for people to understand. How do I get a good visibility of what my risk profile is in my organization? And then we can start having a conversation about how do I manage that? How do I control it? How do I protect it? But is that first step of, I think I have a problem, but I don't know how big it is probably the biggest challenge we see at the moment. So our partnership with Microsoft is critical in what we do. So every organization, well, pretty much almost every organization that we would deal with is a Microsoft organization to a medium or to an extreme degree. So that's the first thing. Or most people have a significant amount of their data in Microsoft. So therefore, Microsoft are in the best position to give the tooling and the capabilities to their customers to help them manage that. But it's a very complex space. And that's where we as partners working with Microsoft can really come in and help organizations understand the risk, use the Microsoft controls and capabilities, and build out, strong, scalable controls and configurations, because it's all cloud, it's all AI, everything's happening really, really fast. So you need to try and be able to adapt to that quite quickly. So you need to put in kind of guardrails and controls that meet business requirements around risk, but are not too prescriptive because they may need to adapt quite quickly. So that's I think where Microsoft are in a very unique position, because they own a lot of the data in terms of where it sits, and they also offer all the controls to be able to manage it. And they also integrate quite a lot with other third parties. So they're in a very strong position to help everyone scale that quickly in this kind of cloud AI, very fast world. So in training, when it comes to training on all of this new technology and these new capabilities, it's an interesting space because I'm 20 odd years in IT and the pace of change is just gone in a curve. So before you could learn something and those skills would be relevant for 5, 6, 7 years, now you're having to reskill almost on a yearly basis, and possibly that's accelerating even more. And that brings a lot of challenges to skilling the current workforce and bringing in new people. So we're looking at lots of different areas there. Obviously, we try and spread the opportunities for people to work and look over the shoulder of more senior people as they work on different projects. We're looking at how we bring people into the organization, the kind of skill sets that are coming in. I think there's a big focus now on trying to bring in younger people who are digital natives and who are more comfortable maybe in this space. But then the challenge is to educate them on the importance of things like risk and compliance and those things that I might get excited about, but someone who's 25 may not find particularly interesting. But yeah, those are some of the challenges we have. So we're heavy users of the Microsoft partner program, the training programs, the certifications, the skill vouchers, and going to events and training sessions. We try and leverage as much of those that are available to us as possible. Obviously, there's still more opportunity to do more. I think, depending on partner size, different availability of those things. And some of the newer technologies coming in that require maybe more investment is challenging, but it's a really, really interesting space. And the nice thing, you with a queue of people who want to learn, which really makes things a lot easier. So yeah, there's an example I could think of where this has worked really, really well. So we've done a lot of work recently with county councils in the UK. So as you can imagine, these are county councils that would harvest a lot of citizen data, and a lot of that can be quite sensitive. So we worked with Oxfordshire County Council in the UK, which is one of the largest county councils. They have over 750,000 citizens, within their area of control, I guess. And they were challenged around moving to the cloud and starting to modernise a lot of their IT stack. And particularly, they wanted to look at, could we potentially start using AI and Copilot to streamline our operations? So we sat down with them and we did a CSI engagement via Microsoft to do a data security investigation, and that surfaced a lot of risks. And that really answered that first question I think I spoke about before, which is around what is the scale of my risk and what does it look like? So, and the important outcome of that was it unlocked a lot of investment. So there was a recognition that we've genuinely found some serious issues here. We need to do something about them, which means we're going to have to spend a bit more on our tooling. So out of that engagement, we saw an uplift of 4,500 licenses to E5, which was obviously quite a good outcome. But then that also subsequently, after a bit of work from ourselves, so we helped them light up those licenses, implement things like data classification, retention, these different workloads, that then unlocked a full rollout of Copilot across that 4,500 license estate. So it was just a steady kind of stream of one win for another from kind of everybody's point of view. So from the customer's point of view, they were able to start rolling out modern, productive processes around Copilot and AI, while still maintaining a really strong risk and governance control framework. And then obviously as a partner, we built this really good relationship over a number of months with this customer, and we're still have more ongoing projects with them. And from the Microsoft side, it took them from that journey from E3 with nothing else to E5 and a full Copilot light up as well. So I think all of it together worked out really well for everybody. So in CWSI, traditionally we've had 4 practices. We've had identity, endpoint, secure cloud, and data security, which is my practice. We've now recently spun up an AI practice because we just recognize that this is where everything is going. It does tie together the stories of all the other practices, but that's the biggest driver in our business now. So what we're really looking at is a couple of things. How can we deliver better AI-based solutions to our customers, whether that's through our managed SOC offerings, or whether that's through our managed compliance offerings, or helping them with things like data security investigations, these new features that are coming down the line that are AI-driven. Or also, how do we use AI better on our own internal processes as citizen zero in this case. So the whole area, everything AI is being looked at as a lens through everything that we do across all our business processes, all our propositions to our customers, and how we do our business day to day. So it's really transforming everything that we do at the moment.